Approximate all real zeros for the following polynomial. Round your answer to 2 decimal places. All right, so because the question is saying that we can approximate the zeros, we can use the calculator to come up with the best answer it can possibly get for us. Exact answers require square roots, fractions, these sorts of things, but approximate can be just decimals, right? And it also says all real zeros. So real zeros have to cross the x-axis and become x-intercepts. So that's our clue that how we're going to do this. We're going to pull up the calculator and enter the function and graph it. So 2x to the 4th power minus 4x squared plus 4x minus 8. So there's my function. Let me bring this up in a larger window again. And what I'm going to do is graph it. So let me use the standard viewing window. That looks good. Okay, so I can see that the graph crosses the x-axis twice, so that means I should have two real zeros here. One of them is pretty close to -2, and the other one's somewhere between 1 and 2. To figure out exactly what they are, or to figure out approximately what they are, I'll hit second in calc and come down here to 0. You don't want to just use your cursor to trace over to that particular point because you'll never get it quite accurate enough. So what you're doing, the calculator wants three things. It wants a left bound and a right bound, so some interval for which the 0 exists. So let's say that this 0 is between -3 and -1. Okay, so it's in that interval, and it wants an initial guess, and that just starts the calculation. So you can really put anything, but the closer the value is to the 0, the faster it will converge. All right, so it came up with -2. Okay, so that's fine. It was an integer. We'll go ahead and list it as a 0. Now let's see if we can come up with this other one over here. So again, second in calc, go down to 0, and it looks like it's somewhere between 1 and 3 perhaps, and I'll just guess that it's at 2. And it comes up with 1.54 as the value here. And I'm just rounding to 2 decimals because that was the original instructions.